Hello, my music-loving friends. We are going to be doing some labeling today, but there's no cutting or gluing in today's video. So let's open up your theory book. And we are going to be focusing here today. So you recall, this is a diagram of your strings. The strings are E, A, D, G. The strings are C, G, D, A. The strings are G, D, A, and E. And we're going to be adding a little something over here. Now, I'm going to use black for this because I want it to show up, but of course, as always, you can use whatever colors you like. We drew this big, thick line, and we are going to label that now. If you think back to what was on the front of your book here, there's a piece up there called the nut, and that big line represents the nut. So we are going to draw a little arrow to that, like so. And then we're going to write the word nut, N-U-T. Now the nut is very important. You use it as a little reference point for where your first finger goes. So I'm holding my violin in a funny angle, so your fingers will be coming like this. But the first finger goes a little bit away from the nut when you're first learning to play. Okay? So on your diagram here, you have all of these little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. You have all these little lines. I don't know if you can see them in the video, but I'm sure you can on yours because we folded them very neatly on there. We are not going to put anything in this first square. We're going to be labeling on the A string, but we're not going to put anything in the first square yet. We're going to go to the second square. So leave one empty and go right to the second one. Now I am going to be using 2 colors. You might want to think about using 2 colors yourself. So on the A string, we're going to put first a number and then a letter, and I'll talk you through that. So one of the first songs that my students play is called Seesaw. It's the first song where you have to put your fingers on the string and you only use first finger. So we're going to put a 1 right in that box, not this box, but this one. And you need to have room for 2 things. So leave yourself a little space. So I've put a number 1. And now every time you add a finger to the string, it changes the sound of the note, doesn't it? So you're playing an A, and then you press the string down with your first finger, and it makes a sound that's a little bit higher, so it needs a new name. Every time you add a finger to the string, the note changes by going up 1 letter in the alphabet. So if you're on the A string and you add 1 finger, that is called B. So I'm going to use some pink. No, I haven't used any pink yet. So if you're on the A string and you put down 1 finger, it's called a B. Okay, so now you can see I have all 3 books laid out together here. So again, pink bass, purple, violoncello, blue, violin. So let's do the same thing on the D string. The same rule applies. You're going up 1 letter in the alphabet when you add a finger, and we will be skipping the first box after the nut on each of those diagrams. So right across from where you put your first finger. So here for the bass, here for the violoncello, and here for the violin on the D string. Let's go ahead and add a 1 in that spot. And look how neatly that lines up. We want that to line up nice and neatly. What comes after D in the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E. So that means that that first finger on the D string is called an E. Let's write it in. Okay, that's everything that you are doing in your theory book for today. So you're going to go ahead and close it up and put it with your materials for the next lesson. See you then.